what is strategic management? Strategic HRM is a process of linking the HR function with the strategic objectives of the organization in order to improve performance. So it is essentially a hard approach. Let's say again. So strategic HRM is a process of linking HR function with the business objectives and strategies in order to improve performance levels. So what is the strategy integration of it? HR policies and practices and strategies should have these 4 fits. Let's say external fit. It should reflect the challenges in the environment, which is called the external fit. Internal fit, you have to take a macro level view, and your HR strategies should match your mission, vision, strategies and products and services that you offer and your workforce. So this is called internal fit. A vertical fit is something which your actual HR practices and HR strategies should match your overall business objectives. So this can be termed as vertical fit. And horizontal fit, your HR practices within themselves, say your resourcing strategy and your training and development strategy, should match each other and should be coherent. That is what we call a horizontal fit. Now, what are the approaches to develop strategic HRM? Now, when you develop strategies, you should consider the following kind of fit, as we call it. Fit as strategic integration. As we mentioned earlier, it should fit your overall business perspective and strategies. Second, fit as an ideal set of practices. You need to inculcate the best practices, what we call benchmarking, and bring those practices to set into your organization to reflect your alignment with the business objectives. So you need to have an ideal set of practices through benchmarking and follow those practices in your organization. Now, fit as contingency. Once you have the benchmark practices inside your organization, you need to fit those strategies in tune and in requirement to your organization, because one strategy does not fit all, and you need to customize those strategies from the best places to fit to your organization and to suit the contingencies which your organization is facing. Now, fit as bundles reflects that all the strategies should be given as a bundle form, wherein you can develop competency strategies to reflect your motivational levels. So no strategy should act in isolation, and HRM practices and procedures should be given out as bundles to deliver the best results. Now, HRM and business success. How does HRM impact business performance? So all your HRM activities, say training and development or resourcing or recruitment and talent management, has the following outcomes. So let's say ability, motivation, opportunity. This has an obvious impact, and it flows down to the line managers and the management style. Now, finally, you have the employees' attitudes and outcomes, and commitment, motivation and job satisfaction. So as you can see the flow, each activity has a significant impact on the others. Finally, you have the discretionary behavior, and that's why this is called a behavior model, which has an influence on the behavior patterns of individuals, and finally it affects the business performance. Now, let's take a look at a video on HRM and business success. Moving on to HR vision. Now, every management's dream is to have a quality workforce. What do we mean by quality workforce? It's a highly innovative, committed and complete focus on customer orientation. That is what we define as a quality workforce. Now, what are the dimensions of quality? As I mentioned earlier, there is a total customer service orientation, the personal responsibility for quality output, not just on part of the management, but each and every employee takes responsibility, and there is personal responsibility for a quality output. Now, well trained and developed staff, employee involvement in all aspects of day-to-day activities, and also as a result in the management of the business. So maintaining quality standards, this again reflects a quality workforce. What is human capital management? Human capital is defined as, and it consists of the combined intelligence, knowledge, skills, abilities and energies of the people employed by a given organization. Let's say it's the combined wealth of the organization. Now, why do organizations invest in human capital? Obviously to reap returns. And what are those returns? It is increased productivity, and that is through training and development. And why do individuals invest in human capital? Because they acquire skills and their value goes up in the labor market, and they are employable and their employability levels go up. That is what is defined as individuals invest in human capital through acquiring skills, knowledge and experience, and reap returns in terms of higher earnings. What is human resource accounting? Now, this is a concept wherein human resource is taken as a term to be accounted for in the organization's balance sheet. Let's say human resource accounting is an attempt to quantify the financial value of human capital to the firm as part of its market worth and asset base. It gives a value and defines human resource as a component of your balance sheet.